Hello everybody, how's it going? Sorry that we're a bit later than expected, had some technical difficulties with the streaming software updating and me not being prepared for it, but we are good to go. I got everything working, hopefully you can hear me, and I am excited to play more Ixion, because I have not completed this game yet. I only got to the third system before I decided to stream it, so we're getting closer to content that I don't know anything about, but I do know this system reasonably well. Let's just jump on. So what I did last time was I saved before the end of us jumping out of the Earth solar system so that we can start with that cutscene, because it's a really cool cutscene, and a lot of people who caught the beginning of the last stream weren't around for me finishing the stream because it was a ridiculously long 4-hour stream. This is not going to be a 4-hour stream. It's probably going to be about 2 hours. You can hear me? Awesome. Hey Amy, hey Mishaps, hey Game of Kane, hey Sparra, hey Reno, how's it all going? That's cool that you're watching the first stream, Game. It was a long stream. I apologize for how long that stream was. I just got really into it. I'm really liking Ixion. I love games like this. It just really tickles an itch for me. Okay, let's pause the game. So let me just quickly remind myself what I've got going on here. We have, oops, I didn't mean to click on the tutorials. We've got housing here, stockpiles for stuff. We've got 2 EVA lockers. We're going to have to build a third one over here. It's at some point soon. We're going to have to move this food storage, this food production out of Sector 1. Sector 1 is going to be our space sector. It's going to mainly deal with fixing the ship and dealing with incoming stuff. Why do I have my probe launcher offline? Because I think I needed the crew. Then in Sector 2, we've got our 2 steel smelters. Early goals for this stream will be to get these other 2 online. We also need to get our electronics factory built first. That's a really big deal. We're probably going to open up a new sector as well. But that's everything we need to do in here. In space right now, we are still in Jupiter orbit. That's right, we're ready to do the Ixion jump. So let's just do it. Let's just jump straight into the cutscene. Let's go. Now, let me just check, let me make sure that we've got everything. Apparently I didn't dismantle Outer Hope, which is very sad. I missed that last time. That was a dumb thing to miss. But yeah, we're ready to jump. Let's jump. So to anyone who's new to the stream for whatever reason, we test drove our faster than light engine last time and accidentally destroyed the solar system. There's nobody alive left in the solar system after we returned from our jump, which was a pretty bad time. And we hold the only survivors of humanity in the hold of our ship. Or space station, I think we should call it. So we're just waiting for the Ixion engine to charge, and then we'll jump. And we'll get on with whatever shenanigans we have in the next system. And we'll also get a really nice cutscene with some great music. Let's commence jump.
Ready.
If you hear clinking noises, it's a very hot day for me today, so I am drinking a lot of water, and I have ice and stuff, so that's just what that is. I like to give these cutscenes the gravitas they deserve. It's about 26 degrees right now, game. So it's not too bad. It's gonna be 30 on next week, though. But the room I recorded doesn't have any AC or a fan or anything. Yes, especially as we jump from Jupiter orbit. Alright, new system. Oof, that is cold.
Full jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics. Severe hull damage has been detected.
Hey Lumi, how's it going? Good to see you.
Following self-similar traversal. Hypothesis. Each vol jump causes irreversible damage to the Tycoon structure. Predictive modeling suggests that...
Oh really, Reno? That's good to know. I might do that because we don't started building it at all. So this is a big deal. Each jump irreversibly damages the ship. So we only jump 4 more times before the whole thing falls apart.
Coordinates of the habitable exoplanet Remus. We must find the Protagonis in order to reach our destination.
Okay, I'm gonna pause the game for a second. So you're saying if I shift this 1 to the left, yeah, you're right, and that'll actually line up quite nicely with this. I was trying to line it up with this, but we could do that, and I haven't actually. We'll just need to remove. There's a couple of electronic circuits in it which we could just pull out. Oh no, we hadn't even put anything in it yet. That's brilliant. So we'll just do factories, electronics factory, and we'll put that there. And then we'll just take apart these two as well. They'll take a couple seconds to dismantle. Let's have a look at the solar system. So here we are in the Immortan system. IMMORTAN. Looks like there's something pretty crazy has gone on here. We've got, this is a white dwarf that's giving out a lot. I don't know if this is space gas. I don't know what this is, but it's pushing a lot of it out into this. I was going to call it the western side of the solar system, even though that doesn't really apply. We also have some sort of space weather over here as well. Some sort of electrical storm activity is happening in this region. So this is going to cause a big problem for our ships, and we're going to have to be careful about this. Flying ships through the weather will cause detriment effects to happen to them. Now straight away we've got some science and something going on the planet that we've come into orbit of, Falcon 74. We don't know much about it, but it's 15 science there, so I'm going to just send the Calypso straight to it. And we're also going to launch a probe, and we're going to try and find a source of iron before we do anything else. Lots of carbon over here. Hey Lannick, how's it going? Good to see you. Oh, thanks, Martin. I've got some more High Fleet videos. I'm trying so hard to get it ready. There's an event here. We're not going to look for that just yet. We're looking for iron. Maybe iron and copper might be good. Iron and polymer. We'll start with this. Why can't I launch? Why can't I launch? No, active probe launcher. I need to turn the probe launcher back on. Let's turn the probe launcher back on. Leeward, maybe? That might be a better way to do it, yeah. The already stored processors, that's a very good catch, Crash Test. Let's put them in this storehouse for now. That's a very good catch, because otherwise they won't dismantle the building. Let's go back to the solar system where I can now launch a probe. It's around here somewhere. There it is. Boom. Alright. Let's get the ship to investigate. Okay, so summary of intelligence on Falcon 74. Sensors have picked up some unusual readings on the surface of Falcon 74. Sending a team to investigate may allow us to learn more about the mysteries of the universe. Transmission from the Calypso team. This is the Calypso crew. We have landed on Falcon 74. Gravity is approximately 4.57. What is that? Meters per. I don't know what the. I don't actually know what the technical. Is that a definition or is that a measurement? Measurement of gravity is. The atmosphere is corrosive. Without shelter, we estimate our survival time to be 2 hours and 27 minutes. At the site of the usual readings, we have found a huge geyser emitting gas that quickly solidifies into cubic particles upon exposure to the planet's atmosphere. So I've basically got three options here, and you can kind of line these up with the ways we can do this. We do quick and dirty, we can put a little bit of effort into it, or we can establish infrastructure for a full search. This takes longer and requires more materials, but for the moment, there's no time pressure on us. I'm going to establish infrastructure to support exploration and geological analysis. Meters per second squared. Thank you, Mishaps. I should have read that. We'll get Santa Slay to do that. And I'm also just going to check the priorities on our ships. So we've got Santa Slay grabbing finished resources and carbon. The Mule and the Ms. Brunner are grabbing iron. People who are in stasis. This one's grabbing silicon. Okay. I probably want iron to be lower. I wanted to get silicon more than anything else. Half of Earth's gravity, which is not very much. Okay, that's all going on. Let's check our research situation as well. We also have an event happening on the station. One thing we're really going to have to push research for this early part is we're getting as much of the science ship upgrades as we can. So we're currently getting exoskeletons, which allows for unique interactions during events. I'm also going to grab emergency cryopods, which the science crew can enter cryopods to survive certain emergencies during an expedition. Automatic ship reparation, repatriation. A science ship whose crew will also be automatically returned to the Tycoon, and deep dive apparatus to allow us to explore gas giants. Not too worried about 10% movement speed. That's not really going to help us that much, but I want to grab these very early on in this start of the playthrough because that's where we're going to put in our focus. Then we need to start working on getting the other foundries online and pushing from there. I also need to start upgrading all of our housing, but that's going to take a little bit of time. Back to space. This is still going on. That's happening. We need that source of iron for our mining ship to get to work. I also have an event somewhere. There it is. Administrator. The Tycoon has left the solar system. The crew is convinced they will never again see the stars that saw them born. This necessary step will unfortunately accentuate dead Earth sickness. Stability penalty -1 permanent. So we're now at neutral trust in this sector. There is an easy way to fix that right now. I could build either an alternative life center or a genetic conotus memorial, a lunaclism memorial, or a Marduk memorial. The problem with the memorials is they have a very large footprint, but in comparison, the alternative life center doesn't actually take up that much room. And I could probably slot it in somewhere like this quite easily. In fact, that's where I'm probably going to put it. And I do want to get one of these built here. It's not a huge priority, but I do want it on the way, so we'll get that started. The main one right now is I want to get this online and then start bringing these online. Let's just jump back to space. We need to get more houses in Sector 2 pretty soon. The other thing we need to really start thinking about is increasing our food production.
A probe has completed its scan.
Cool. So we've got some iron and some carbon, so we can start producing resources. And that's going to mean we can start producing alloys, because at the moment we're out of alloys. We have none. So we're using 31 food in this sector, and we're using 24 food in this sector. So we're using just over 55 food. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. We're underproducing food right now. So we're going to need another... probably another 2 insect farms. Now, we're starting to run out of room in this sector for farms. What I'm going to do is this. Would it fit in the left-hand area of Sector 1? Whereabouts is that? Down here? This is all going to get moved out pretty soon. All of this food's going to go. So I'm going to be putting some hull stuff along here, which is why I want to put these things in the middle if I can. I want to keep the edges free for things like this. So hull integrity is currently falling because we're not producing enough alloy, but that will be turning around soon. Yeah, Alternative Life Centers, it's kind of like a mixture between a nightclub and a propaganda center, I think. We'll see. You're going to get people queued up outside, and there's pictures of people having drinks and stuff. So I think it's basically a nightclub. We're doing okay on power, but we're probably going to need a new solar sail soon. We have another probe. Let's find something to investigate. Actually, there's some iron. Let's just make sure our resources are sorted. Like a New Age church? Yeah, kind of crash test. The material storage, the right of housing. So you're thinking just in here? Yeah, hang on a second. We could maybe fit it in there. That's a really nice spot. I read it as the right-hand side, which I apologize for. Stabilize. I need to... Let's just dismantle this one because it's got nothing in it. Oh, it's got a... Let's just get the circuit out of it and then it'll decompress, I guess. There we go. Can I fit it in? Ah. I can't fit it in like that, but I could fit it in there, which is actually... It's not perfect. It's actually pretty perfect. Let's fit it in there. That's a really nice spot, and I just need to put a little bit of road there. And that's quite a nice use of the space. Well, good catch. And then we'll just finish this road as well, because it's not going to become anything else. Oh, the soundtrack is so good. I made a comment last time that I've been playing games with such good music recently. This and Project Wingman. Project Wingman's soundtrack has blown me away. Absolutely blown me away. Okay, we're just waiting on our next probe to complete. We got our first batch of iron being picked up by a cargo ship. Lots of resources here. This is good to get us going. Let's start finding some points of interest. How are we doing on our next probe? Next probe's on its way. I'm just going to queue them up. I know we're a while away from them being built, but I do need these 2 centers. And then we're going to turn this back into iron. Both sides are neutral, so we also need to fit. We also need to fit a alternative life center into this sector as well. Possibility we could fit it in here. That's actually quite nice, because then I could fit some batteries or something behind it if I need to. Or a second mess hall would also fit in there. The other option is I put it here so it matches up with the rest of our districts, but it kind of wastes the space on the right. But I think for neatness, I might do that, because we don't need this road at all. So I'll just... I know I'm putting down a lot of construction right now. But that's okay. We now got iron production underway, which is great. Our next probe is ready. Let's find some new places to probe. There's something over here. We're still waiting on iron for this event to complete, which will take a little bit of time, but that's okay. We're just getting the whole station set up ready for the next sort of stage. We're 11 houses short in this sector. I would like to build another tier 2, but that's going to have to wait on some other stuff being built. We can afford to have a few people homeless just to start with. As long as 75% of the sector's population have houses, that people don't complain. The big thing that we're waiting on really is just getting iron pushed through. This is a problem that we're not repairing the hull right now, but I'm not too concerned. One thing that I didn't take into account last time is the hull actually repairs faster the more damaged it is. Like, people work harder. Hey Chuck, how's it going? Awesome. Enjoy your evening. I might speed up time a little bit. We're just waiting on iron coming backwards and forwards from this system.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Where's the request? Here it is. Administrator, Sector 1 has 100 cryonic pods in storage. Stanford Neocon protocols tell us that if our improvised operation to safeguard humanity is to succeed, the Tycoon will need as many crew members as possible. Moreover, welcoming new colleagues on board will have a positive effect on morale of crew. Pledge to awaken 100 cryonic pods in Sector 1 within 24 cycles. I can't do that. I do not have a way to wake them up in Sector 1. So we're just going to have to not take this. This would give us a trust bonus, but I don't have the materials to build a cryonic center in this sector with everything else I need to build right now. So that's going to have to wait, unfortunately. The good news is we've got a backlog of food at the moment, which is going to hold us until we can get these 2 insect farms built. Another really important target for this section of the game is we need to get... Where is the tech lab? We need to get, as soon as possible... where is it? Computing optimization, which gives us 5... Oop.
Hull integrity below 50%.
That's a bad noise. 5 scientists every 3 cycles, which is even faster. We do need to get iron production sorted. Iron is now flowing through the ship, which is good. It should start coming to these guys pretty quickly. I can also prioritize them if we need to. If it gets down to 25%, I'll pause a lot of the construction. Probe has discovered a new point of interest. What have they found? Fargo 39. Probe scans have picked up an emergency message broadcasting on a Dolus frequency. However, the transmission protocol is different to the one used by the Tycoon and its auxiliary craft. A window of opportunity appears to be opening. A temporary cessation of high winds on Fargo 39 has given us a clear zone in which to operate. Interesting. Let's get another probe out. I think there was something over here. I'm looking for the point of interest, not the resources. There it is. Hit 1 to 4 space colonists agree. Sleeping on the couch isn't bad. Okay. I just want to keep an eye on things in here. I might just pause these for the moment. I just want to make sure some of the metal is coming through to this sector. Oh, there we go. We have some of it being used. Administrator, the integrity of the hull has fallen below 75%. Current damage exceeds the tolerance level set by knee-high structural theory. It would be wise to commission repairs so as to prevent this failure. Pledge to restore the hull to 75% within 30 cycles. If I stop building stuff, we can do that easily. We just have to make sure that we get the supplies through. We actually have 14... why have we got 14? Oh, it's been delivered to the cargo ship. Okay. The backlog should clear pretty soon. We're starting to build up a little bit of a stockpile of iron, which is good. Sector 2 needs more houses as well, but I'll get on that soon. In space, not much is happening. We're just going backwards and forwards with iron. What's going to happen is this ship is going to mine out all of the iron first, then it's going to go back for the carbon. That's just the priorities I've got set up on it. Got a new point of interest over here, DOG-0202. Our probe has detected a distress signal from the asteroid DOG-0202. Okay, that's probably quite important. That's a motivating noise to the repair crew, at least. Yes, it is a motivating noise to the repair crew. That we talk about the hull groaning and creaking. I'm waiting for the probe to be complete. We might not have the carbon for it right now. Nope, it's ready. That noise there is the probe construction complete noise. Let's see if there's anything over here. Oh, I put my mouse straight on it. Point of interest over there. Trying to find points of interest near the ship first of all. I'm going to pause this for the moment. Once the electronics factory is built, they'll start pushing materials through to this zone. Oh, there's ship repairs going on right now, which is good. Yeah, nothing like the impending vacuum of space to inspire faster hull repairs. It's kind of a good motivator, isn't it? It really does get you working harder. And yes, you definitely can hear the ship falling apart. There's a lot of groaning. Yeah, every time we get an iron delivery, the next one arrives at the moment, which is really good. And having 2 of these means the iron's constantly flowing back into the smelters. Right, this is under construction now, so we've got our electronics. Now this is going to cost 30 power. That's going to not quite top us up, but it's going to push us quite close to the limit. It's also going to require 30 workers. Do we actually have 30 workers spare? Oh, we have tons of workers spare. That's excellent. Okay, how are we doing for workers here? We have 10 workers free. We need 8. We need 16, so I probably need to... Oh, I found something amazing out. You can hold down Shift. Or is it Control? Control to put individual workers on this, rather than doing it in 5s, which I thought was the only way you could do it. So I can actually say, like, I need 8 workers from Sector 2 to Sector 1. And be much more fine control of how people are moving around, which is great. Okay, new point of interest. Parenti 85. Several sensors have recorded contradictory readings related to the Coriolis effect on Parenti 85. We don't have the necessary equipment to perform operations on gaseous planets. Requires technology deep dive apparatus. So I need that technology before I can investigate whatever's going on here. But let's send out another probe. What happens to the Tycoon, with the integrity in the Tycoon industry quest requirements, which is 0? I lose the game. Oh, this. I get a slight bonus to people's faith in me. I think I get a faith bonus. Because people made a demand of me and I delivered it. And they're like, yeah, we do trust the administrator. He does know what he's doing. Is what happens. Yeah, that's the total hull integrity. It's dropped to 600. Okay, the good news is we now have enough metals coming through that hull repairs are back in action. We're repairing 53 hull a cycle and losing 56. So we're way above that, where we repair 109 per cycle. And we're getting +9 just from space specialization, which is really nice. Yeah, hull reaching 0 is a GG, but you were meaning the quest. Okay, I'm going to wait until all of this is constructed and then backfill what's in here.
Population transfer complete.
Cool. It's all good. There's a lot going on. So we've got 4 cycles until they've finished building the exploration facility here on Falcon 74. Yes, exactly, mishaps. Oh, thank you very much for the sub, Jesus. Jesus. Is it Jesus or Jesus? I think it's Jesus. Thank you very much. Those always make me jump out of my skin when I get a subscription notification. I'm never used to them. Okay. I'm going to speed up time a little bit. There's not much going on right now. As long as the hull is being repaired and iron is being produced, I'm happy. What we want to do is find some silicon with our next probe so that we can start getting... getting computer chips built. Oh, that's handy. There's some silicon right there. Can one more bug farm fit on the vertical? Whereabouts? Under here? No, this isn't wide enough. Even if there was space here for it, even if there was space, if the actual space, the low area isn't wide enough. I could start putting them here. I could put one here. That's maybe the only place I've got left for one. I could also put one here if I moved this battery. But the idea is I'm going to open up Sector 3 soon, and that's going to turn into a food production facility. We need to either research crop farms, mushroom walls. Yeah, those are the only two. We're going to research crop farms. Mushroom walls are very, very good. They turn waste into food, but you need a DLS center in order to get them up and running, and that's going to take a while to get sorted. Whereas to get crop farms working, I need fusion stations. So I need to get fusion stations and then crop farms and open up a new sector, and we'll start mass producing food in Sector 3. And that's going to... We can also start putting some food production in Sector 2 if we need to back us up. What I really could do with is another mining ship. Because that will let us mine... I can get that mining ship focusing on carbon and silicon. Just because our main mining ship is focusing iron over anything else. So it's leaving the carbon unmined while it deals with the... Sorry, it's leaving carbon unmined while it deals with the iron, and I do want to get the other stuff mined out as well. 3 is online. Did I open 3 last time? No, I didn't. I've only opened 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is open. 3 is our next one to bring online, but to bring 3 online, we need 80 alloys, 2 electronics, 16 food, and 40 workers. I'm not ready to open that yet. We're gonna wait till we got the technology. Although we do need to start building the population up in there. So we could, once we've got all the current constructions complete, we could potentially get on that. Let's resume construction of both of these. And resume construction of this. And we're almost there in construction on this alternate life center, which is nice. I also obviously want to improve people's housing as well. So this is what a level 2 housing looks like. It's a little bit better than what people are staying in 1. Not much better, but they get happy. Why not 6? Well, I thought about this. I was originally going to open 6 up, But actually, population-wise, we have way more people in Sector 2 than we have in Sector 1. So if the food is coming through from this side, I want it to split down here. Oh, your prior messages were split in two. Cool. If the hull reaches 0 death. Food diversity is important. Eventually, we will get an event where people will complain about eating insects, and they want more diversity in their diet. If you get crop farms built, though, they satisfy all of that. We are getting a little bit tight on housing in both sectors. I will look at building a level 2 house here soon, which means we may need to displace some people, but I want to get this built and these built first, and I want to get all of this built first as well. Let's get another probe out. I think, yeah, there's a point of interest back here behind the space weather, so we'll just get that sent out. I think the costs are actually the amount of work it takes to open the sector and make it vacuum proof. That's that, yeah. That's what I thought, Miss Apps. We were on the same place.
Neocont protocols have identified
Ooh.
a new planet suitable for our colonization test program.
So we can now do colonies. After analyzing scans, Eden did not detect any readings of note on the surface of DeVille 59. Requires technology. Colonization training center waiting for a science ship. So we can colonize this planet, which does not look like a very nice place to live.
Has completed a task.
Okay, we finally finished our first science task. Let's see what's going on. Sheltered by installed infrastructure, the Calypso's team carefully studied the anomaly. Several theories on geysers and precipitation phenomena have been established, providing viable mission data. That got us 60 science, which we need. And opening a whole, yeah, I'll need to build a third EVA in Sector 1 if I open up another area. So that's what we get out of that, but 60 science is good.
New request awaits your attention.
New request. Here it is. Administrator, crew members are worried about the number of hazards we are coming across in space that were previously unknown to us. They would like reassurance that exploration of the Immortan system will be conducted safely. So I can promise that no member of the science team will die in the Immortan system. Promise that science ship casualties will not rise above 5. Or not promise anything. I think it's foolish to promise that nobody will die in space. That just seems dumb. Saying nothing, I think, is just going to help affect crew morale. So hopefully promising that no more than 5 deaths will placate the people. Placate the people. Okay, nothing bad happened there. But I do now have a quest to not let 5 people die in the sector. Hull integrity is going down, yes. But hopefully we'll get on top of it soon. It's my new mining ship is ready, so I want it to mine carbon and silicon and water over iron. There. Exoskeletons is done. Fantastic. Let's get the next science one done. We're going to get deep dive apparatus. No one's overworked? No. Cool. Where was the accident? The actor was in Sector 2. Accident was in the smeltery, which is not great. Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice humanity is willing to make. At first just signed the death words of precisely 6. Wow, you people have so much faith in me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Any more points of interest? There's this one. No, there's definitely something over here. Before we go into the bad weather. Something way out of the system over here. The music I quite like because it feels very much like this is the end, and there's a note of hope in it, but there's also a note of deep concern in it as well. Okay, we're up to 35 homeless people in Sector 2. We really need to get more iron being produced. It's not happening fast enough to meet the demands that I'm throwing at it. I need to slow down a little bit. It's very easy to overextend in this game and put yourself in a really bad position. So once... iron's just not making it through. Where is it all going? Some of it's going into this. I think it's all just going into the alternate life center. Okay, I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to pause these until we reach a state that hull integrity is way up. Because right now it's down to 25%, which isn't good. And I only have 20 cycles to fix that. So we're going to focus on hull repair. Causing end times is my specialty. Look, that wasn't my fault. Uh-oh. Yeah, we've got some problems with overpopulation now as well. Are you talking about the cell housing as not a nice place to live? I want to get... Okay, hull repairs are back online. I'm going to wait until we've got a little bit of a stockpile of metal here. Then I'm going to build some housing here, and then we're going to go back to getting everything else online. Need to just slow down the expansion a little bit. We have plenty of iron building up. What we don't have is enough smelter, so I might build a smelter next. All ally is going to Sector 1 now. Oh, put them off on a colony? Unfortunately, to put them on a colony, I need to research a colonization training center and then train colonists in groups of 15. And it takes 5 cycles to train a group. So that's a long-term goal. Okay, probe just completed its probing. We're also getting close to having food issues, right? There's no more points of interest. Oh, no, there's one over here somewhere. Oh, I just misclicked. Damn it, that probe's not going to find anything. Damn. That's okay. It's just a probe. Okay. The alternate life center is under construction here. So I'm now going to build a level 2 house in this sector to house the excess population that we have. Oh, damn it. Can't quite hit it because this is in the way. That is frustrating. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to build a crew quarters here. And I'm going to demolish these to build a level 2 house, which will make some people very unhappy, but the long-term goal is a nice place to live. Do I have an event? I do. Where's the event? Where is it? There it is. Administrator, a group of crew members are complaining about the high levels of smoke and noise in Sector 2. The well-being of the crew is a condition for mission success. It must be balanced against maintaining efficient industrial production. Ugh. So they want me to shut down all factories in Sector 2 for 10 cycles? I can't afford to do that. I can't afford to do that. So I'm going to have to say no, which is really bad. They're going to get very unhappy with me. But we need the iron production. It's very important. I've just kicked 81 people out of their houses as well. There's a lot of balancing we need to go through here. A lot of balancing. Once I've got this built, I think I'm going to bring another smelter online. That's a good shout, actually. Let's stop waking people up for now until we get Sector 3 online, because I'm actually going to move the cryo facility into Sector 3 and wake them up there. Alright, let's build a level 2 optimized quarters here. And whilst that will cause some problems to start with, that will make people happy. We've got a little stockpile of ore here. How are things going with the science team? We can move them on. Let's move them on to GOG0202. Get them doing something useful. Okay, this is being built. We've got hull repairs happening. Hull integrity is shooting back up. We've got 15 cycles to get that back up and running. Alternate life center is online. Just if you look at it, it definitely looks like a nightclub. You got people queuing up outside. It shows like pretty pictures. I think it's more of like a holodome where they're just showing nice Earth. Administrator, crew members feel like their quality of life is important to you. The fact that you've had time to provide them with entertainment alongside your other numerous responsibilities has led to some to believe that you are in fact not human, perhaps a new generation PA or a genetically superior being. We both know that this is nonsense. Okay. 10% trust bonus. That's a huge one. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get this up and running. That's going to help keep trust nice and high, even when people get unhappy with us. And that's going to deal with the unhappiness problem in both of these sectors pretty quickly. Okay. Once this is done, I'm going to focus on getting... Oh, let's see what's going on here. We've reached asteroid DOG0202. The mining ship Sheptail was adrift nearby. It appears to have been pierced by a fast-moving object, killing its operator instantly. External markings indicate that Sheptail was a mining craft of the Protagonis. Now, does that look like a railgun round hit to you? Small entry, massive exit? That doesn't look good. Extract navigation data from the Sheptail. We're trying to find out where the Protagonis is. We know it's somewhere in this system. That's our primary objective. Just to remind everybody what we're doing here.
A probe has completed its
Yeah, sorry, probe. I sent you way outside of where you needed to go. So for us as an alien now, this was the Exodus TI win condition the whole time. Yeah, Terran Victor. Ungrateful, hungry popsicles now demand housing. Yeah, gases is a problem. The noise in here and the mess. Our next bet is definitely to get this smelter online. We have the crew for it. It requires 30 crew. We're sitting at, yeah, we have more than enough crew for it. I'm gonna unpause this once this house is under construction. Okay, let's get this up underway. 50 alloy isn't too bad. Could be a micrometeor, that's right. Maybe I'm looking too deeply into things. Okay. We still have 100 popsicles just sitting in the docking bay. Okay, one of the foods is online as well. We've got the other one coming online, which is good, because we are starting to run into a little bit of a food supply issue. Sector 3 is our next goal. Can you imagine a Terran Winter Ixion mega campaign? Although I wouldn't build Ixion class space stations. It's definitely a tier 1 hab. Bullet, railgun, round, missile that didn't explode. True, true. I just went straight to railgun. That's fair. Maybe just over catastrophizing the situation. I do catastrophize. That is a goal, not a goal, a personality trait of mine. I am a catastrophizer. All right. Getting this smelter online should really help things out. Although notice already our cargo ships are taking longer to bring iron in, mostly because they are now picking up other metals. So this one is picking up. That's right, this was just picking up silicon if there's some silicon available. But right now, what is our other mining ship doing? Where is Mimi's Burner? No, where is Triceps? That's a cool name for a mining ship. The Triceps is currently moving to a mining location. Oh, there it is. It's on its way. Oh, it's mined out all of this carbon. It's on its way to mine out the silicon here. So where's our other cargo ship? Where's Santa Slay? Because it should be picking up the carbon. Why is it not picking this up? Oh, because the carbon... Oh, it's drilled the water, left the carbon, and is going to try and... Did I tell it to mine carbon? I did. But it's decided the silicon is more important. Oh, yeah, that's weird. Anyway, the silicon is important. That's fine. Do we have another probe ready? We do. Right, time to start investigating into the negazone. Although there's a point of interest here somewhere. Okay, and how is science doing? Science is finished. So now I want to research emergency cryopods. So to make sure our science ships, especially with the pledge not to let anyone die, I want to make sure our science vessels are as safe as possible. Let's clear all these alerts. Let's speed things up a little bit again. So how are we doing for food at the moment? We have 61 stockpiled food. After clearing away the scattered remains of the Sheptel's operator, the Calypso's crew is able to retrieve navigation data from the ship's onboard computer. 2 electronics, 627 iron. Well, that is pretty nice. We could determine the cause of the Sheptel's destruction, or we could leave. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't work out why this happened. We're about to find out if it was a rock or a railgun round. Okay, this is almost online. I'm going to get this constructing, because I do want to get it finished. And also these as well. Because we're going to have silicon being delivered to the station soon, and I would like to get building some more electronics. That's another probe ready for deployment. So we need to start sending probes into the dark zone. There's a point of interest somewhere around here. There it is. Also, we haven't had a look at this planet yet, Chevy 34. Our probe is detected at a abnormally high concentration of metal isotopes within Chevy 34's core. Sector 1 is now specialized in food, rank 1. So it's now specialized in space and food. Can I check what that does from here? I don't think I can check that without here. Space, maybe it's something to do with this. No. There is I can't check the specialization because I don't have access to data listing system policies yet. I will be getting that. And also this is gonna lose its food accreditation soon. Because it is gonna be a space sector long term. Okay, this is now online. Let's check power. Ooh, hang on. Wow, that was close. That was really close. Okay, let's make sure that when these come online, they're turned off. Because we are about to run out of power. So we need to build another solar panel. Which I might not have the carbon for right now. 60 and 2. I think I've got just enough for that. Or I will do soon. Technology emergency cryopods has been unlocked. Cool. Getting lots of science right now. Let's get automatic ship reparation done, and that's all we need to do for the science ship. We need to be really careful about power now. In before the mining ship was wiped out by your arrival. It's your fault, minus crew trust. That's very likely with this game, isn't it? It wouldn't surprise me at all if that was the chain of events that's about to occur. I might... Okay, we've got 20... polymer here. I have 5 polymer here. Let's send polymer. So Sector 2 has none, and Sector 1 has all. We'll send the 20 polymer over. We need to get polymer production underway. So let's just check our fleet. I want you to prioritize mining polymer right now, and I want you to highly rate picking polymer up. It is polymer. I did just tell it to pick polymer up, didn't I? Yes. No. Yeah, carbon and polymer. Cool. So he should now... Tricep should now be heading to mine polymer. Yes, he is. Cool. I am running out of time on the repair hull, but if I stop building everything, that'll be fine. Let's just do that. If I just... yeah, these are all paused. So as soon as I get some iron delivered, right now my cargo ships are on their way to pick up more iron. We'll be able to fix that. Shepta was intentionally hit by a projectile. After careful investigation, the Calypso team recovered fragments of a shell bearing the emblem of the UN and the word Itemenanaki. Plot twist, humanity is alive and thriving. You just keep wiping out every system you jump into. So they were destroyed by a shell from a UN ship. That's not good. I bet you that's going to affect the crew. Probe has found a new point of interest. Valiant 71. The planet 71 Valiant is dead and devoid of activity of any kind. However, scans have located the remains of a ship in orbit of the planet. It's a UN ship in orbit of the planet. Also, Mac-R. Probe sensors have detected traces of Dolos EKP structure signatures near Mac-R. Tracking its trajectory, it appears to have entered the planet's atmosphere. Coordinates of a potential crash site have been established. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the system. We're going to grab the science here for now. And we're just going to focus on getting power production sorted before we build anything else. So all of our iron will be going here once we get more iron delivered. I'm perfectly happy. We've got 7 cycles. The UN indeed crash test. The UN are out here too.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Those who suffer from death or sickness experience an intense nostalgic melancholy. According to Munchie care protocols, forms of escapism could aid affected crew members. Sector 2 would benefit from an alternative life center. Pledge to construct an alternative life center within 10 cycles. I can do that. We'll get the hull fixed first, and then we'll get that built. Etanamaki, possibly the Tower of Babel, a ziggurat devoted to Marduk, a bit south of Baghdad. Interesting. Devoted to Marduk. There's no way that's not intentional, is it? Okay, unpause the game. We're just on a little bit of a materials tightness right now, but there is a cargo ship loaded with iron on its way back. The cargo ship loaded with iron and a cargo ship loaded with silicon. The silicon I'm not that excited for. I wouldn't need the iron right now, but whatever. In fact, do I even have a... I don't even have a place to store the silicon next. Next tech, transport. Yes, we're going to get transport. We're going to get speed for our transport ships up. Oh, now this is a problem. This mining ship is about to pass through this area here. I don't want it to do that. Let's do a little bit of manipulation. I'm going to tell it that it doesn't like iron. It's going to change its trajectory. Oh, damn, it's going to go back to there. I need it to go here, but if it flies through this cloud, it's likely to die. Let's tell it that it really likes carbon. I'm glad I caught that. It's going to fly along this path here, and then I'm going to re-task it back onto iron, and it'll fly over here. Because getting the iron here will be really good for us. Calypso's gathered all the science. We've got deep dives, so let's head to Perennetti. I think that's probably far enough. If I now change that back to You Love Iron. Nope, it's still going to touch it. Wait a little bit longer. We made it to... Marduk is Babylonian deity associated with water, vegetation, magic, and most pertinently, judgment. Sorry, Mesopotamian god, patron deity of Babylon. Okay. I like the links to Babylon and the Tower of Babel. Automatic ship reparation has been unlocked, right? That's all the science we need for our science ships. I do want to get food sorted, but I am going to get cargo speed. Cargo ship speed done. That is an important one. That's perfect. Wikipedia is a fine source for this, I think. I don't think there's any problems with using that. So we should now be close enough that we can prioritize iron. Yeah, now he's going to get here without flying through the space weather. Okay. Whew. That's one minor issue dealt with. Next up, we need to get hull integrity sorted. It is crashing right now, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do it in time. We need these cargo ships to get here faster. One of them is about to arrive with iron. Unfortunately, it's Not going to be enough to repair the hull enough. We're going to fail this event. Unless I dismantle something. But is there anything I really want to dismantle right now? I can't order ships manually, no. I can only give them directives. There's nothing here I really want to disassemble. Except maybe I could disassemble a battery temporarily. Let's do that. That'll get us 40 metal that we can use to repair the hull. See if we can get this sorted in time.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
This is the crew of the Calypso. We've entered Parenti 85's atmosphere. The equipment has been deployed, but the gravity of the planet may complicate our operations. Visibility is none. Atmospheric corrosive factors are negligible. So you can release microprobes into the atmosphere. By releasing millions of microprobes into the strongest of Parenti 85's jet streams, we can learn more about the meteorological systems present on gaseous planets. We can establish a weather center for 30 alloy. The Calypso's team will set up a temporary station, allowing them to carry out meteorological analysis. Additional resources will be required, which can be brought by cargo ship. Once the survey has been completed, the team will transmit results and leave the station. Or we can set up advanced infrastructure for meteorological analysis and simulation. Setting up an infrastructure capable of supporting meteorological analysis and simulation will allow the Calypso's team to better understand the gaseous formations present in Parenti 85's atmosphere. Despite being a time-consuming approach, the team will analyze a large amount of data with the help of a dedicated PA. I'm not going to take the risk on food, Lumi. It's just too risky. Because then we're going to rebuild the food and we're going to wait for then a cycle for the food to start producing. I'd rather just build a backlog of food than have to hit that nail when we hit it. I'm going to leave this for now because all of these require resources we don't have. There are other points of interest in the system that are available to us. Let's head to Rokatadansky D. Did I check this out? Our probe detected an unusual electromagnetic signal on the comet Rokatadansky D79. Okay, let's see how things are looking here. So we have silicon's been delivered, iron has been delivered, I think, but not very much. We've got one in production. I think I'm gonna have to dismantle more batteries if I want to get this fixed. We have a flow of iron coming through at the moment. They do repair faster. Oh, we're at neutral working. This is bad. I need to get this. What's wrong? Why are we at neutral? -1 the breath of death, -1 from leaving home behind. Damn. That's... Normally get +10 from that, which I can't get them above that. The only way to get people happy again would be to build a monument, which I don't have room for anywhere in the sector. We're gonna have to leave them at neutral for now. If we get them all into these type of houses, they will get happy. But we don't have the iron for that right now. We're probably going to have to dismantle another battery here. Is there any science to collect there, game? No, there's no science to collect. Oh, it did at 28 science. Let's send them back for the science. That's a good shout. Thank you, game. I'm too upset with the current situation of the hull, which I thought was underhand and is not. Let's dismantle this. If it goes less, my people will repair it faster. They're happy again. Why are they happy now? +1 from hulls, we move over 25%. Right, that's what you're talking about, Mishap. Sorry, I thought you meant hull. Yes. Okay, and that gets me an extra. Oh, now we're on extra hours, though. Hang on. We need to move some people over because it was an accident. So I need another 10 workers from Sector 2 to Sector 1 to deal with the problems that we're having because we're no longer at optimal conditions anymore. Actually, do we need more than that? Workers work. I need way more than 10. I need 25 being moved over, which is a lot. How are we doing here? Okay, I think I can move 25. In the meantime, I can turn off one of the... I could turn off one of the... Oh, no, we're still optimal. That's fine. Okay. I'm not going to dismantle the probe launcher if I can avoid it. We've got the batteries. The batteries are replaceable. We've got 3 cycles to get the hull up to 75%. I don't know if it's going to happen. There is a research I could grab. It's called Tell Them What They Need to Hear. Having a clear plan of action has always increased productivity. With the advent of PAs and digitalization, it is time to update what many consider a simple voiced instruction. This will get me 5% hull repair efficiency. But I don't think we've got time to get that in time anyway. I could maybe just research it anyway. See if it can help. Klein is from this game. Klein is one of the Marduk Council. Notice the music's gotten very like, you need to do something. Okay, we're now happy. We're waiting for the other population transfer to come through. There they are. We're still in extra hours. They haven't been applied to the district yet. Come on. Get to optimal. We do need iron faster. Well, they've got plenty of iron now. So they need us to do repair faster. We've got 55 iron stockpiled in this region. See you, mishaps. Have a good day. Thanks for hanging out and giving us the information that you've given us. Right, how are things doing with cargo ships? Once this cargo ship makes it back, it's going to start transferring from here. We may need to look at moving the Ixion over to Barenti 85 at some point so that we can make better use of the iron income. We've got all the science. Let's move them back over to Rodonansky. How's food as well? What's our food stockpile like? We've got 83 food stockpiled here, 54 food stockpiled here. There's so much to keep track of. We're so far behind because of all the stuff I'm having to do with keeping the station running. Yes, that's exactly the problem, Crash Test. But, oh, you think I should still focus on getting the cargo ship speed done? That's right. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to get this event complete, which I'm not going to be able to do. But I've already invested the research into this, so we'll go back to cargo ship. We'll finish... Oh no, we'll go back to... Yeah, it was cargo ship. We'll go back to finish EKP optimization. Then we'll tell them what they need to hear, just for the long-term benefit of it. And then we'll look at unlocking the next food technology that we need. And then once we've got the hull in a decent state and our income is sorted... okay, let's turn this... We can't turn this back on, but I can turn... Probably turn... What can we turn off? Probably turn off polymer storage. That will put us right on the limit, and we can start waking some people up. EKP optimization is done. Our cargo ships are faster. Let's finish off the tell them what they need to hear technology. And then we'll start looking at unlocking crop farms and fusion stations. Whew. This is... I feel like I'm just constantly on the edge of everything falling apart with this game, which is great and horrible at the same time. The good news is we are now producing electronics, which is great. We have nowhere to store them, though. Actually, we're not, because no silicon. We've got silicon stockpiled here. Okay, I think we can start to build things. No, we can't build... Well, we can build them, but they have to stay turned off. Actually, this is our priority to get built. Trust in the administrator is reduced by 15 due to the following broken commitment. Damn. We didn't manage to get it repaired in time. Alright, we got housing problems in Sector 2. I'm going to build a Tier 2 house. I want to move it eventually, but it'll go here for now. We're going to get this up and running. Make sure it's turned off when it's constructed. And that will fulfill I will take your pain. At least we'll get that done, which will give us a trust bonus.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Rodonansky, so Calypso team reporting. We've landed at Rotodansky D79. The icy comet is barren, but its rotation causes shadows to dance across its surface quite beautifully. Flurries of snow move erratically around the comet, perhaps because of abnormally high gravity. The signal appears to be transmitting from a cave. A glacial mass blocks its entrance. We wait for further instructions. So, I've got 3 options here. I can set up a temporary study center for 25 alloy. I can establish infrastructure to support exploration and geological analysis, or I can use explosives to clear a path. I'm not sure if using explosives is a good idea. I don't want to spend the alloys right now, so unfortunately I think I'm going to have to leave the planet for the moment. We'll collect the science, and what we'll probably do is we'll move on to Deville 59, find we can't do anything there. Wait, did I lose the ability to do anything here because I left the planet? No way. Surely I thought I could come back later. That's not good. Yeah, it's not ominous at all, is it, Tyler? There's something in the planet. How are we doing here? Okay, this is under construction. That's great. It's going to be turned off. We're also producing polymers, which will be used. Oh, they're now building the solar panel, which is good. We'll get some more power out of that. I'm going to get a second solar panel built as well, because we're right on the tip of our power requirements at the moment. And we're also building the housing in Sector 1 too, which is great. And iron is being landed here, which is also great. And yeah, I don't see the point in using the explosives, but we can just not make a choice yet, I guess. Collect the science.
A science ship team has completed a task.
But I didn't tell them to do anything. Wait, what? Client security protocols indicate that the crew on board the Calypso is not the original crew. After intense questioning and observation by the ship's onboard surveillance system, it appears that these new crew members are indeed human, and possess a good knowledge of Dola's protocol and procedure. They stubbornly insist they have always worked on the Tycoon, but their biometric data does not match with any crew register records. What? Purge the Calypso. Dola's security protocols recommend that we do not take any unnecessary risks when it comes to potentially dangerous or contagious encounters. The contents of the Calypso will be purged once it leaves the vicinity of Rokitansky D79. Autopilot will be initiated and the ship will return to the Tycoon. Naomi Protocol. By the way, these are still options here, so hopefully this is okay. Naomi Protocol. Phishing login ID. Okay, there is a cipher there. The Tycon's crew manifest will be updated to account for what must be a database bug. What is this cipher? I don't know what the last one was. Was it Route 32? Was the last cipher we found? I don't know what this cipher is. I pledge not to kill anybody. I think I have to update the Tycoon's crew manifest to include new biometric data. Also, look at the difference. When I hover over any of these buttons, I get a solid background. But if I hover over this one, I get a it doesn't count as science team deaths unless I purge the Calypso. I'm pretty sure if I purge the Calypso, they will die. And that will count as deaths. So I think I'm going to Naomi Protocol. I wish I could translate this, but I don't know what the cipher is, and I'm not going to waste time on stream looking for it. So let's update the Tycoon's crew manifest to include new biometric data. 5 crew members renamed. Yeah, exactly. I pledged not to kill more than 5. Fair enough, Mishaps. Also, welcome back, Mishaps. Reinhold Metzinger's new identity is Caspar Hauptmann. Taiko Kosugi's new identity is now Johann Oppenheimer. Elena Adama's new identity is Lois Keller. Clementine Atreides' new identity is Mathilda Wiseman. Tomamo Fermi's new identity is Edmund Schreiber. Is anyone going to notice exactly? End Naomi Protocol. Okay, that just happened. I don't know if we can still do stuff at either of these locations, though, which is really annoying me if we've lost the ability to do stuff just because we flew away. I don't know what happened. Basically, we just noticed that the crew on the science vessel were not the crew on the science vessel. They were somebody else. We had an overload? Why do we have an overload? Oh, this came online.
Power supply overloaded.
Damn it.
Power restored.
Some good references. I missed that. The house came online. It required 1 power, and it took us over before the solar panel finished. That's another hit to trust. I'm not doing well here, everybody. If I've lost the ability to research these 2 locations, I'm going to be really annoying. The Alternate Living Center is almost done, Spara. It's just offline, but that fulfilled the requirement. So all science has been retrieved from here. Can I, like, send them back? It doesn't look like. I'm going to send them back here and see what happens. I'm really sad if I've lost the events on both of these, because there's some cool events. It said avoided in the top right. No, I think that's an option to... I'll avoid it for something else. Yeah, that's avoided. That's not avoided. That's if you don't want your people flying through space weather to get resources. Ugh. If I've lost these chains because I didn't want to do it straight away, I'm really annoyed. That's a bit of a disaster, to be honest. All right, we've got power now. Let's get these 2 stockpiles online. I'm waking crew up here even though I know we're at extra hours. I will have this... Let's just turn this off for the moment. We'll turn on the alternate life center. Disaster. Absolute disaster. I'm so unhappy. Okay, let's demolish 2 of these. I'm going to start upgrading crew quarters. I'm sure it's a very sophisticated perk. So the gas giant one, if I remember right, isn't anything special, but in the center of the asteroid, you find a weird sphere that will eat the crew if you do it wrong. What are getting the Terran Victor Among Us Ixion super campaign? I think they're all imposters, that's the problem. Oh, it's so hot today. I wish I had some cooling in this room. I'm just waiting for this building to be dismantled. Come on. I think that's probably the last load of alloy from that building. And this is enough alloy here to build this one. Well, maybe just not have the Calypso ever dock with the Tycoon again. That might be the solution to the problem. Alright, they're about to arrive at Parenti 85. I've got a feeling that this is dead and we're never going to get these 2 events back. So in the middle of Rodotensky, D79 is a weird sphere that when I investigated in my single player campaign, when I wasn't streaming, it ate the crew of the science vessel. But I know there's another option you can pick where they send a drone in, and the sphere eats the drone, and they decide to leave the center. And you get some science. We've missed out on a big chunk of science from both of these planets, which isn't the end of the world, but it's going to slow us down a lot. I'm really unhappy. Not enough to restart or anything, but it's just annoying. Okay. Right. How much crew do we have in sector? We need another 10 crew before I can bring this back online. Shall we start looking at getting sector... Oh, we're not doing any research. Jeez, I'm so bad at this game. Let's get fusion stations online. And what I'm going to do is we're going to start opening up this sector once I've got the housing situation in this sector dealt with. We're going to build another level 2 house here. And eventually we'll have less of a footprint. So each of these level 2 houses holds 40 people, and 2 of these houses holds 30 people. The challenge of tech. Oh, it's a lead speak thing, Lumi. Oh, that's cool. I wish I'd taken the time to translate it. The challenge of tech. I'm very, very frustrated about losing out on that science. But that's the type of game it is. You make a decision and that... Oh, the crew of the cargo ship Santa Slayer become more experienced. They can now carry slightly more resources, which is good for us. Just waiting for this building to be destroyed. Look, we've got lots of alloys stockpiled here now. I think I'm going to get a second solar panel built next. When is this building going to get demolished? Oh, here we go. We're just waiting on another delivery. Is that it? There's still more alloys to come out of it? 3 more alloys to come out of it. I might actually have to get this built. I'll get these resumed as well. Oh, nice. Thank you, Lumi. Thank you for taking the screenshot. I really appreciate that. I'm very keen to see what you can manage to decipher from it. Okay, this is going to take a second to get demolished. We'll come back to that. They're definitely not getting an event from here, so we've missed out on this. And I'm a little bit salty. A little bit salty that we can't go back to the planet afterwards. Just a little bit salty. I'm very sorry that you're missing out on that. You're not getting to see what happens. One of them you just get a ton of science. The other one you get that weird event with the cube, with the sphere. There's something very weird going on that asteroid. I do not have an explanation for it. Oh, I want to build another solar panel as well. Okay, let's get ready to open up Sector 3 because food's going to start to become an issue pretty soon. Once I've got this building under construction. What's normal, Tyler? Like, it's not a bug. I realize it's not a bug. I just didn't realize that collecting leave the planet would lock me from being able to do it. It probably tells me in the tooltip, but I just didn't read it, which is something that really annoys me when I watch other people stream, but whatever. Actually, should we go to Plymouth first? Let's go to Plymouth first. It's a little bit closer. Oh, we need to power this back up. Okay. And let's just check, how am I moving around electronics around the ship? No. It's resources I want to go into. So we've got minimum 2 in Sector 2. Okay, that's fine. We'll say have 5 in Sector 1. Oh, not 50. 5. How are we doing for crew? I want to get all of these things turned on. If I turn this back on, we're at extra hours. Okay, we'll just wait. Second I turn that on, we had an issue. That was not reversed. I didn't click reverse. Colonize great. Garrett. Then we get Terran Victor Ixion Among Us High Fleet Mega Campaign. Okay, we're having a lot of breakdowns and stuff right now. Just need to chill out. You know what's happening here? The game is stressing me out and I'm making stupid decisions based on the stress. I just need to chill out and calm. Nobody's gonna die. Yet. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Right, we've got lots of iron here, which is a really great get. That's something at least. That is in our... We have researched the weather thing for the science ship, haven't we? Yes. A science ship is crew... No. Deep... Is there not something that lets me move through... Okay, I don't have anything to assist the crew moving through space weather, which is a little bit concerning. That means that this location here is maybe a little bit too dangerous to get to, unless I can find a point of interest out here and fly around. Is there any mining or anything out here? Even along this? Maybe... I don't think from here will be good enough. We could try, though. There's also some hydrogen here. Not that I need hydrogen. We'll just try that. Okay. So how are we doing for crew here? Oh, we need a lot more crew before we can bring this back online. That's alright, though. Iron production's going well. We've got housing for most people in Sector 1. I'm going to just do another housing shuffle here. And then we'll get moving on to Sector 3. People are happy here. Things are being repaired. Polymers are coming through. We have a small backlog of alloy. Ah. Are you not able to... Has Minecraft Tyler, like, pasted the translation into YouTube and it's broken their computer? Is it a mimetic virus? Is everything alright, Tyler? Type 1 if you're okay. Right, we get another level 2 house online. We'll get Sector 3 open. We'll start getting food production there. And then what I'm going to do is we're building a third EVA facility in Sector 1 as well. I'm just waiting for this floor plan to disappear. Come on. There we go. And now we can build this. Let's find out what's going on with our science ship. Okay. Our probe has detected the presence of cavities beneath the planet's surface. Our readings are there picking up from these chambers are similar to those of strong nuclear reactions. We have landed on Plymouth 37. The opaque atmosphere lets in hardly any light. Geological formation of the planet's surface resemble giant emerald waves frozen in time. We set up near location of the cavities. Right, I'm not going to make the same mistake I did last time. We can perform intrusive analysis, detonating strategic place explosives. Why is the first thing that the science teams always go for explosives? You flip the words around. Got it. Or we can set up a temporary study center. Or we can spend 40 on infrastructure to support exploration and geological analysis. I think I'm going to go for the expensive one. Because we've missed out on so much science from other locations. So Santa's sleigh is going to bring over a whole ton of metal for us. Okay. That's ongoing. Never ever select leave the planet is what we've learned. Alright, let's just check for some more iron around our ship, just in case there is anyway. Because we are digging through iron reserves quite quickly. And although I've got some, I want to make sure I've got spares. There's polymer, well, carbon. There's some iron here. Can't get, oh, there we go. Explosions are... Oh, are they dwarves or goblins? Is that what our crews are? As soon as this is under construction... Actually, we've got more than enough in the stockpile. Let's start... Oh, wait a minute, crew. I need 40 crew to open this up. If I do this now, we'll go into extra hours. That's annoying. We need to wait till we've got a little bit more crew before I can open up the way. I also already need another set of tier 2 housing. We'll wait until this is built. Yeah, maybe my side ships leave a wake of destruction. Probe has completed its scan. Where was that? Oh, hang on. What are you doing? Do not fly through the bad weather, or you will die. What are you trying to mine? You're trying to mine the water. Don't mine water. We don't need it yet. Where are you going to go now? What's your route? Okay, you're going back to mine silicon. That's fine. Yeah, I think I can... No, not really. It just adds the demand. So what it does, what I could do is it adds the demand to the docking bay this ship is based out of. I could turn the docking bay off, but they will still deliver the resources to it. So, yeah, it's a bit of a zero sum. Well, as soon as I pick the option, they have to deliver. Probe has completed its scan, so we found some more stuff. So my thought was I could maybe send the science ship here and have it arc around the outside, but I don't know if this is further enough away, unfortunately. Also, how is our solar panel going? We still need 3 more polymer. Okay, 3 more carbon. The 3 more polymer, which is being produced right now in our polymer factory. Everyone's happy. Conditions are optimal in both sectors. We've got 14 people homeless here, so let's just build another crew quarters while we've got nothing else going on. Alright, Crash. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry the stream was later than originally planned. God, I'm sweating. This game is so stressful. At least we now have stockpiles of alloy, which is really good. But I can probably afford to send a bit more through to the other sector. How much are we saying that they... Yeah, let's give them 50. We saw another course through the storm. From Mortansky D79. That's a potential. Is that what you saw, Amy? If you get rid of the roads mishaps, the building degrades and destroys itself. Unfortunately. Right, I need 40 crew free here, so unfortunately we need to keep waking people up. Even though we stopped it earlier, we have to go back to it. I'm gonna maybe spend a little bit of time also upgrading housing here, because that will make people happier in the long run.
The ship has been destroyed by a space weather event.
Why? What were you doing? What space weather did you fly into? I thought I'd been very careful to stop you flying into space weather. Okay. We're not going to rebuild that ship right now. We don't have the resources for it. There's a ship in the storm right now. Damn it. You spotted it. I didn't see it. It's recoverable. We didn't pledge to save mining ship crews. We only pledged to save science ship crews. It's fine. It was in the cloud. Why was it in the cloud? I missed it completely. The important right now is we're mining iron. We have silicon and we have carbon mined, so it's okay. The bomb techs. Traveling to DOG. Oh, because there's tons of iron to mine at DOG. Oh well. They learned their lesson, didn't they? Oh, Sector 2 needs another 50 houses. Oh, it's being built. That's fine. It's like, whoa, what's going on there? So when you get the majority of your population in this style of building, you get a happiness buff. There you go. +2 from people living mostly in optimized quarters. Which is what I'm aiming for. And also, it's less footprint for housing. Have I got a gap? Yeah, there's a road there. It's less footprint for housing because you can fit 40 people in a space you could normally fit 30. So it's good to have. How are we doing here? We are... When we get to about 200 workers, I'm going to open the next sector. And I'll just turn off one of the... maybe turn this off for a little while. so much going on. Okay, so you, I think, are still waiting on more metal to be delivered. Yeah, they're waiting for 7 metal to be delivered. That's fine. We're picking up metal here. We're picking up silicon from here. The challenge of technology is lore Celestly to know how to limit it. Lore Celestly. The challenge of technology. I'm guessing a tech mogev is technology. Is lore Celestly know how to limit it? Is knowing how to limit it? Is loosely knowing how to limit? I'm not sure what that one word is. Nice work, Lumi. Thank you for doing that. Okay, we're up to 200 workers. We're at 200 workers. Let's open the next sector. This is a big moment. I think it's lead speak. Or very corrupted form of lead speak. Now I have to watch out that he may go... No, there's no more iron to mine, actually. Is there any more iron in the inner system? He stared at them until they look like letters. That's one way to do it. Looking for iron. Ah, there's iron out here. Not a lot of iron, but we have already mined a lot of iron. Okay. We're at extra hours here. But that won't be for too long. We should be okay. We're just waiting for the last of the alloy to come through. All of our houses are online. Do we have the buff here as well? No. We still need to upgrade houses in this sector to get the buff. Let's do another one. We now have enough that we're partly... dehousing people when we demolish them. So we're going to have houses empty, which frees up more room in this sector for more things. Sector 3 has 40 people unhoused because it's just been opened. Okay, Sector 3 is open. Let's just pause for a second. We need to start gathering these resources. I'm going to put a line out here for now. We're going to put a maintenance facility and a couple of storage facilities here. And we also need to put a mess hall here. But first of all, let's... Where do I want to put the mess hall? Let's put a line here. And what we'll do is, for now, I'm going to put the mess hall here. Because it's the same width as a row of houses. Like that. And we'll wait for that to all build itself. Okay. Yeah, we're gentrifying the space station. That is what we're doing. I like at least the music's gotten a little bit more positive. That's good. Just waiting for this to clear out. It's all looking good here. We just need more workers here, but they're coming.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Administrator, many of the people are malnourished. According to Nayok and Bargeville predictive theory, productivity will soon drop by 23%. Longer-term starvation would not only increase us to 75, but also accelerate proliferation of deviant behavior on board the Tycoon. Pledge to have 8 units of food stored in Sector 3. I can do that easily. They already have 16 food stored. The big problem is that they don't have a link to the storehouse yet. That's why they're complaining. That'll be fixed momentarily. Oh, it won't actually. Hang on. I need to build a road here. Then it'll be fixed. Oh yeah, build a house here. And I think we're almost ready. Yeah, so the ship's on its way here with the last of the metals for the cargo. That's ongoing. Okay, I think we're getting there. I think we're starting to get on top of things. So we need to get fusion plants researched. We also need to get crops researched. Crops researched. At the most, we're repairing 29 hull per cycle. Because now that we've opened another sector, we're losing 24 hull integrity per cycle because the ship is now more badly damaged. But our main goal at the moment is getting all of this alloy picked up and stored before we can start construction. Which is a little bit frustrating. It takes a little bit of time to do this. So we'll just keep working our way across the sector doing this. We need to build a docking bay in this sector because we need water as the fuel for the fusion reactor. So we need ice. The ice will the fusion station will turn the ice into water. We use the water to water our crops. I think one fusion station can power 2 crop farms. So that's our starting goal. And obviously we need housing, etc. That's our next goal. We're going to start build, and we're going to start with optimized quarters here before we build anything else. Actually, maybe start up here since we already have the food hall here. Why are you still showing? Because I still haven't connected this up.
Has completed its scan.
Okay, that's all good. Let's set up delivery. I want sector 3 to always have 10 food for now. Okay, we have a problem. We have no food in the food stockpile in sector 1. Population of the station is currently 659. Each food station, each one food is enough for how many people? Hang on a second. One food feeds 10, so we need to be able to produce 67 food per cycle. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So we are at a food deficit at the moment, and I don't think I can fix that. The best I can do is add another insect farm here. That gets us something, but not enough. So this is now our most pressing matter, because we need to keep waking people up if we want to get off. I'm going to stop waking people up for now. Even though we need them, we're going to have to just run extra hours here. Or I turn this off for now. And that makes people happier. We don't need electronics right now. We have 4. And let's focus on getting this sector cleaned out. Let's build housing here. The water demand is just, for some reason, water is the consumable resource that they use. I don't know why, but that is what it is. This will house everybody in this sector perfectly, which is good. And now we have nobody's going to be starving here either. Water, yeah, it's not a perfect closed circuit. Water is a continual demand of the farms, which you have to get from off station. Excuse the awful mess of roads I'm having to make here. It's just so we can clear out all of the piles of alloys that are in the sector. At least they give you all of these resources, because trying to build out these locations without the free resources, I don't know if it would be possible, honestly. Okay, that should be enough to start us going. The ship is very leaky, that's right. We're probably literally leaking water out into space. I need another maintenance facility to take those electronics. And I have to actually manually pick up the stuff from these locations. Okay, that's under construction. Everyone's happy here. Everyone is happy here. How are things in the solar system? We're now researching Plymouth. That's great. Whew. You know what I might do is when I get a second, there is technology to protect cargo ships and mining ships from space weather. I will try and pick that up once I've got crop farms and fusion stuff done. But next on the list, I really need to get DLS centers researched. Yeah, imagine increasing O2 demand. Thank goodness I don't have to do O2 production. O2 production just isn't a part of the game, which I bet you they thought about. The people in Sector 4 are starving, are suffocating. There's been an accident on the Tycoon. The hull is explosively decompressed. What we're eventually going to do is we're going to build a cryonics center in this sector to get the crew for it up and running, because you need a lot of crew for farms. The farmers produce obscene amounts of food, but it takes them a very long time to do it, and they need a lot of crew to do it. So we'll probably have some insect farms to supplement that until we get it up and running. I could actually start out and build an insect farm in this sector, which will take a little bit of the pressure off, actually. And that's what the initial crew can be doing here. That's probably a really good idea. Okay, that's all going. Yeah, cool. We're looking okay at the moment. Food is just my only main concern at the moment. How are we doing for food here? Okay, we've got lots of stockpiled food in Sector 2. And Sector 3 will still be producing enough food to support itself. So they'll only import food if they have a deficit. See you, Cade. Thanks for tuning in.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Our team was able to survey one of the many crystalline cavities beneath Plymouth 37's surface. Inside these gigantic geodes, huge crystals are bathed in toxic and corrosive gases. Despite the hazardous environmental conditions and disorientation caused by the cavity's kaleidoscopic nature, no incidents occurred. The team was able to draw new conclusions about subterranean nuclear activity and its impact on the formation of crystalline structures. Leave the planet. As we were preparing to take off, we spotted a geological formation that appears to house some sort of cave dwelling. We are requesting permission to investigate the site. Calypso team will search the geological formation for signs, evidence of habitation. Let's do it. Maybe we found a survivor. Let's finish off these roads. That's everything now connected. And we just delete the road spaghetti when we're done. The insect farm is under production. And we're just picking up stuff from everywhere else. And housing is also under production here. Sector 1 is short on food. We're not in a... This next cycle is probably a meal cycle? No, okay, we've got a whole cycle to fill up the food. We need 28 food, so they need to produce 5 food to get themselves back online. That should be okay. They should be able to do that in time. Sector 3 requires an infirmary. I can build that. And they've got their food farm being produced as well. I've actually built this in a stupid place because it's really far away from the stockpile, but it should be fine to get us up and running. Okay, deep breaths. We are doing all right. We are getting there. Food is the only concern right now. They now have enough food to feed everyone in Sector 2. Sector 1, sorry. How are we doing for workers here? That's right. Ooh. I could turn this back on and have optimal conditions, but I don't think I could turn this back on and have optimal conditions. No. As soon as I turned it on, we had an accident. Damn it. Let's turn this on for now until we get the crew a little bit better in here.
Team has completed a task.
After approaching the supposed location of the troglodyte dwellings, they were revealed to be nothing more than optical illusion. The effect was caused by light filtering through the thick fog of Plymouth 37's atmosphere. Does that not sound a little bit like the old swamp gas reflecting off a weather balloon reason for there not being aliens? That's a weird event. Leave the planet. Okay, they're going to collect some research for us here, which will get the next few things we need researched. Let's make sure we're picking up the last of these alloys. And then I want to build a cryonic center, which I'll put here for now. And I need to build a stockpile for people. And then we want to set up research. I want to import into here the max number of cryonics as possible. Cool. The true meaning of job satisfaction. Somebody's job is to take food from the bug farm all the way to the stockpile, then back to the mess hall across the street from where it started. The imposters found a friend, but they don't want to tell you about it. The imposters found their leader, I think, is what's just happened. This is going to put us into extra hours in this sector. A weather balloon full of swamp gas, of course, Amy. How did I not think of that? That's exactly what it was. How long have we been going for? An hour and a half. Cool. I lose time playing this game. It's such a... For me, it really itches my brain. Tickles my brain is maybe the word I wanted to use, not itches. Okay, we've almost got all the resources from this area. We're going to build a docking station over here. And we're going to build a cargo ship that's going to bring water in. Next to it, we're going to build a fusion factory. Then we're going to start laying crops along this side of the ship. Sector 1 has had an injury. Do we need to repair? No. Fusion stations have been unlocked just in time. Let's get crop farms researched. So fusion factories don't need to go up against the wall, but I think they make sense to. And it's just big tanks of water. So I'm going to put them here next to the docking bay, which is going to go here. Infirmary is being built, which is good. All the science is being collected from Plymouth 37. Now, shall we see if we can slingshot the ship around the outside here?
A new request awaits your attention.
I actually know that there are resources here, because I played this level before, and we can use them to slingshot. So I am going to research them, but we're going to deny them. We're not going to let anyone go and mine those resources. Oh, the food farm broke. Administrator, crew member has died in an accident while working on the insect farm in Sector 3. I would like to remind you that poor working conditions and power overload could lead to accidents and the death of a crew. A dead employee cannot contribute to DOLA's AEC operations. Ensure no accidents occur in Sector 3 for 15 cycles. So we can't let this go into extra hours, so let's turn this off. And let's... what else can I turn off? Nothing really. I can't afford to turn anything else off, so we might just have some accidents. That's not great. We can afford to take the trust hit if it does happen. In fact, I can't afford to turn that workshop off anyway, because I need to build a docking bay here. Yeah, so I can't afford to turn it off. But we will start bringing crew up. What I can do is have this turned off so nobody works there when it's turned on. Oh no, this doesn't need any electronics. I can't keep that turned off. So how... Okay, let's just do an import. Let's bring... How many workers do we have in Sector 1? We have 3 workers spare in Sector 1. And we are under by 1 worker in Sector 2. I'm going to send 10 workers from Sector 2 to Sector 3. Just to make sure that they are very much optimal. So that doesn't happen again. Hey, Whiskey River, this is Ixion. It's a city builder / space exploration game from the people that made, let's go to Fargo while this is set up. For the people who made Frostpunk. It is not for the people, I don't know if I actually think if it is for the people who made Frostpunk. I think I might have misspoke when I said that. It is very hard. It's very, very hard, and I'm struggling to keep my people alive. Our space station houses the only remaining survivors of an Earth that we accidentally destroyed when we tested the engine on our ship, and we're trying to find out what's happened to the rest of the survivors who fled the solar system while we were stuck in alternate space, basically. And in the meantime, we're just trying to keep everybody alive, which is currently proving to be a real struggle. It's basically that's the game. It is really cool. It is very hard. I'm in the second system right now. We've jumped out of Earth, and I'm trying to get food production up and running. The challenge of technology is precisely to know how to limit it.
Population transfer complete.
That's really interesting, Lumi. Thank you for doing that. Oh, we're still extra... I know, we're optimal here now. Cool. Okay. This is going to come online soon. We should be getting an importing of cryopods as well into Sector 3. Now we are. Yes, cool. Technology makes sense. Yeah, I think what you said makes sense. The challenge of technology is precisely to know how to limit it. I think the technology thing is just a little bit of obfuscation on the part of the thing. Well done for deciphering that. Thank you for trying, Tyler. The challenge of technology is precisely to know how to limit it. So what on earth does that mean in the wider scheme of things? I think we need some housing in this sector. Yeah, let's get a another housing unit in place, and let's set up alloy deliveries into Sector 3 as well. So they're Android. Oh, welcome back, Miss Apps. Oh, you've been back for a while, actually. Science ships arrived at Fargo 39. Oh, we need to be on top of that probe. Okay. We took advantage of the drop in wind speed to ascend and land on Fargo 39. The gravity is intense and several of our measuring instruments have failed. Despite the extremely hostile environment, we are preparing to sortie to the signal location. So I can deploy the entire crew in reinforced exoskeletons. The Calypso team will utilize all-terrain mobile exoskeletons equipped with geolocation tools to ensure safe passage to the origin of the signal. That's unlocked through research. I can send a small team of specialists. The team was split into 2. Specialists with standard issue hazard gear will receive the signal's origin, while the rest of the crew directed from the cockpit. I can send the whole crew, which to me says kill the entire crew. Or I can send an experienced scout, but because we've got the exoskeletons, I'm sending the exoskeletons. Books in France. I mean, where did they made a game about New London? That's a good point, Amy. So they're androids, not aliens. Your scientist woke up some androids, got murdered, and the androids gaslit you into thinking nothing had happened. But here's the thing, Missaps. If there were androids, which there very well could be, why on earth would they want to join the crew of my ship? Because things are not going well for my crew. Okay. So now I need to click this and say ignore, and click this and say ignore, and that will stop any of my mining ships going here, but I can use it to slingshot from here, round to here, without worrying about flying through this. Also, why did I pause the game? I paused the game to do that, that's right. So they're investigating there. Crop farms are almost done. So once we get this up and running, we can start importing water. Which reminds me, I need to have a ship mining water, which I do, good. And we probably need to replace that mining ship that died at this point. The one remaining actual human in the Eclipse was nothing more than to play with bombs and power armor. Okay, that really did actually make me laugh. That's really funny. Okay, we're in actual conditions in Sector 3, which is not great. We're probably going to have another accident. But I don't want to take more workers out of Sector 2. And Sector 1 is also at extra conditions. Why do we have extra people here? I've not built... Oh, I built another farm. So we need what do we need? 39, 40, 41, 42. We need like 4 people to move over to Sector 1. We'll just do that. 4 workers. That's actually... Yeah, why don't we just replace a crew with androids? Not only do they not need to breathe, they shouldn't need to eat either. They can just recharge from the solar panels on the hull. And they don't need EVA suits to go out and repair the hull. Why don't we just replace the whole crew with droids? That seems like the correct way to deal with the situation. I just deleted a notification. Okay, crop farms have been unlocked. That's a big moment. So I'm going to grab improvised repair protocols on the mining ships and the cargo ships, just to make sure that if they do fly through the... so what this does, and it's really important that you read this properly, this gives a chance. Cargo ships are more likely to endure dangerous weather conditions. We created a procedure learning by observing the way NASA fixed the problem with the Apollo 13 capsule. Oh dear. We next need to get colonization training centers and DLS centers online. Actually, you know what? We probably don't need this technology now that I think about it. Let's not get that. Let's get DLS centers online first. Okay, then we can clear out all of this rubbish. Okay, and then I want to get a fusion plant here. And eventually we'll fit another one in here. Across from it, I need a maintenance facility that deals with... So I want 2 maintenance facilities. One that deals with frozen water. And one that deals... Oh no, I don't need one that deals with non-frozen water. That's right, you don't need to cart it around. So let's actually cancel this one. Let's set this to hold frozen water. And again, let's pause construction on these. Actually, we can get the fusion station being built, but we just don't want it to finish. And then down here, under food, I want a crop farm. So the farm will go here, and then the crops will go along the bottom of the ship. I'll show you what that looks like when we get there. And let's build this up to here and connect it to here. And in fact, what we may do is move this from here to here, which isn't perfect, but it fits in a little bit better. Water. And then we want this to be offline when it gets built. Yeah, and just get them to start building those. And I need... No, overwork is bad. So whilst we can...
A sector is being overworked.
It's not being overworked, it's okay. I unoverworked it. So that's the basics we need to get crop production online here. How is food looking? We're at max, so we're topped up on food here. Okay, food is handling itself a little bit right now, but this is very inefficient, as I'm sure you can expect, because each one of these needs a drone to deliver the food all the way over to the food stockpile. It takes so long. We need some more housing in Sector 3, but that's on the way. Oh, that's a good point, actually. We want workers to go to Sector 3 and non-workers to go to Sector 1. Sector 1 is also where we're going to have our colonization facility as well, when we get around to that. How are things looking out on Fargo 39? They're on their way. At least we seem to be really on top of it with alloys now. Remember how tight we were for alloys at the start of the stream? Now we have 90 stockpiled and we have active construction ongoing and active repairs ongoing, which is really nice. We finally have hull integrity up to a decent level. So what we're waiting on in this sector is crew. As crew come online, I'll start putting the various parts of this. Oh, this should be off. We'll start bringing various parts of it online. I want to build a cargo ship here, which means I need another maintenance facility that will handle polymers. We've arrived at the source of the signal transmission. We found a cargo ship of unknown class that bears a resemblance to those used on the Tycoon. It is embedded within the rock face below a large promontory. The high winds make its balance unstable. We can recover archived digital data from the cargo ship and return. We can survey the cargo ship, recover any archived data and return. Or we can recover from the cargo ship and attempt EKP repair. I want the data. I know that this gives me a free cargo ship. I don't need the free cargo ship. Let's see if we can find some interesting data from it. That is going to just take a little bit of time. And then we'll get some science as well. So we're just waiting on crew in both of these locations. These guys here are a little bit behind. Crews are now our main problem. We have lots of people in cryogenic storage. We have what, 50, 90. We have about 180 people in storage right now. Not all of them, unfortunately, will be workers. Imagine if the crew gets replaced again. It's probably just like, take your turn. Do you want to be a crewman this week? Sure. I wish our... Yeah, he's building the houses now. Good. While we're waiting, I might start building some more tier 2 houses in these locations. Alright, CMS apps, thanks again for coming back. We're probably going to be ending at the 2-hour limit, I think. We're not going to be able to finish the system this stream, unfortunately. But I'm going to try and stream some more over Christmas. I don't know how many people will be around, but I want to get through the game. I just really enjoy it. It really chills me out. In a really weird, stressful way. Which just doesn't say anything bad about my psyche, I hope. Come on. There we go. We'll do the same in Sector 1, actually, as well. Just keep replacing these. Make everybody happy long term. It looks like in Sector 1 I could get rid of the rest of the Tier 1 houses because I have enough people living in Tier 2 houses now. So I can just empty all of these out. I need to check my... So my population here is 280. 40, 80, 120, 160... No, that's copyright. But nobody's been dehomed. They probably just filled up. I probably have enough with all of this. We also need to think about building batteries again to replace the ones I demolished. We should probably do that. Because we are going to have to move the Tycoon. And if we don't have batteries, the sector gets unpowered and people hate me. Okay, housing is on the way in both of those locations. Housing is done here. Excellent. Getting alloy deliveries here as well, which is good. We need a lot of workers to become available. The first thing I need to do is I need to get enough workers to bring this online, which means I need 5 people. Once that's done, I can start building construction of both of these, and then I can take this offline completely for a while. That'll free up 5 workers so I can start getting water coming in and out of the sector. So this is going to cost me 12 workers to bring the docking bay online. But I don't need this straight away. I can get all the infrastructure built first, and then start bringing the ice in. Sector 2 is still waiting for this house to build. There you go. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tier 1 houses left in Sector 2, which is great. Sector 1 has quite a lot, but it looks like we're hitting the balance now. And everyone is currently getting fed, which is another bonus. This produces 5 food per cycle. And Sector 2. Not hugely important considering this isn't online. We do need to bring the population up so they can run all of these together. I'm hoping I can do it without needing to build cell houses. Cell houses is a research I can grab. Cell housing. Houses up to 125 crew members in minimal quality accommodation. People get really unhappy if you put them in cell housing. I'd like to avoid that if I can. But I know what happens at the end of this sector, which is the last sector I played.
A new request awaits your attention.
The cargo ship is of an unknown class but was evidently designed in a Dolos lab. Its clearance codes are linked to the Taurus class ship known as the Protagonis. Uniform burn patterns suggest precision laser cutters were used to breach its hull. The crew appear to have been torn from their safety harnesses. We're able to recover communications fragment core to the pilot. I did not escape the Eternamacani to be devoured by this monster. It appears they attempted to crash into Fargo 39 rather than succumb to the unknown aggressor. The team has recovered the ship's data archive and have returned to the Calypso. Huh. So something else killed them. If you remember, the Etanomaki we've identified is a UN battleship of some kind that destroyed the mining ship DOGO 202. It looks like they escaped it on this cargo ship and then something else was attacking them and they crashed into the planet to avoid, over here, they crashed into the planet not to be killed by it, which is pretty bleak. We haven't set a probe out in a while. Let's see if there's any more. Yeah, there's something of interest over here. You get that iron as well. Oh, we've got an event in Sector 1. Administrator, with the discovery of the Etanomaki's attack on the Protagonis, many of the crew theories about the UN's animosity towards the Dolos have been confirmed. The crew has been shaken, learning that they were struck with a seal of banishment by the authorities of Earth. This will increase the prevalence of dead Earth sickness on the crew, on the Tycoon. -1 stability permanently. So that's bad. Now we have -1 discovered from the fate of the Protagonis. And now you understand why I've been pushing so hard to get everybody into good housing, because I knew that was coming. So at least everybody's still happy. People here are negative. Why are we negative? -1 for having unopened cryonic pods and crew in the sector. Oh, I didn't know that was an issue. Well, that won't last for very long, but I didn't realize that was an issue at all. Oops. Oh, we can finally turn this on. And as soon as it's finished delivering to everybody... I can get shielding for traveling in the cloudy areas, yes. But the one on the right, where the storm is, that's deadly. The one on the left isn't too bad. Again, I know that from... I'm metagaming a little bit there because I do know that from having played this sector before. And let's import... polymers. I need 20 polymers in this sector. All the science has been collected from Fargo. So let's get them. We'll do Chevy now while we can. There's a planet here I didn't discover last time. Oh no, Plymouth. Well, yeah, Plymouth we knew about. Alright, we just need to get crew up and running. Let's set this to maybe be 50 rather than 80. And that'll deal with that problem. I did not know that was going to be an issue. There you go. Now they're no longer unhappy. What a weird debuff to run into. We have 4 people without housing in Sector 2. Let's build another level 2 house. We are starting to hit into our alloy supplies again. Okay, more housing there. I should probably think about more housing here as well. But I think we're okay at the moment. We've got enough housing for 80 people. So let's preempt more housing coming in and get another one built. Sector 1 only needs to have, say, 20 polymer, to be honest. As long as all the sectors are holding 20 polymer, we should be fine. And all I need to do is change this back to electronics once I've finished, and it'll go back to being electronics depository. That's our water treatment plant almost ready. We just need the crew now. So the next place I want to bring online is this one, the docking bay, but we need 12 crew for that. At the moment we have exactly 57, so I'll wait until we get to about 60 crew, and then I'm going to bring the docking bay online. Which is a new point of interest in here, Tarta V8. Our probe has detected electronic signature from an operational Dolus device. It appears to be an unidentified cargo ship. Oh no, we already read that, this one. It's at Mach-R. Probe detects traces of Dolus EKP signatures near Mach-R. Tracking its trajectory appears to have entered the planet's atmosphere. Okay, so there's some Dolus stuff around here. Do we have any more points of interest in the system? Yes, no? It looks like there's no more points of interest in the system. Yeah, I'm not getting a hit. So we found all the points of interest at this point. Any more iron I can grab near where we are? There's some iron here. Some iron here. Lots of silicon. A little bit of iron there. We might as well grab that. Big iron deposit here, which is good. Okay, we're at 80 crew now. But I want to wait until we've got 60 workers available. Looks like he's building the... So the crop farmers are interesting. You actually have to build the crop fields individually, and each one requires a certain amount of power and a certain amount of workers. Sector 2 is still needing more people. Let's demolish these and rebuild them. We currently have a little bit of a golden age in terms of alloy. That won't last forever, so I'm trying to use what we're generating to just make people live in better houses for now. Soon we'll be able to demolish this. Once I've got enough workers to get the rest of the facilities here up and running, we can stop bringing people, waking people up in this sector. I'm very concerned about food. Probably going to need to build another insect farm here, but I don't want to. Okay, how are we looking? So from here, I can build crop fields. Crop fields require 16 alloys and 4 workers, so I'm going to start by just getting one of these online. And then we'll just, as we need to ramp up our food production, we'll just keep adding them. So one field produces 1.2 food per cycle. And one food is enough to feed 5 people. So every 5 cycles, this produces 6 food, compared to the insect farm, which produces 1 food every cycle. So over time, these are more efficient because it's hard to explain. I can't do the maths right now, but these work out as a much better deal in the long run. Especially because they have a much smaller footprint if you build them properly. Okay, we've got workers online. We have 60 workers, so I'm going to bring the docking bay online.
A probe has completed its scan.
Of course, something exploded the second I did that.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
That's going to push us even further down on workers because we now have people injured. But we're just going to hold with it because I need to get this up and running. Next up, we need to bring the fusion plant online. That's 10 people. And then we need to bring this online, which is 4 people plus 4 per crop field. So it's another 8 people. And then we can start producing food here to feed the rest of the station. And that's a really important moment. Okay, housing is finished, almost finished here. Everything's looking nice here. We're optimal. We're not building anything else here. We're good. The big one is... The field doesn't need a road, the field needs water. That's what it's saying.
A sector is being overworked.
I think it's because this is unpowered. Wait, where are we being overworked in sector? Oh, because people have gone to work in the cargo machine. Okay, well we can turn this off for now. That's fine. What we'll do is we'll actually turn off... We don't need any polymer in sector 3. Yeah. Sector 1, we'll just max you for polymer. We don't actually need to max you. We'll say take 50 electronics and take max polymer for now, and that'll just take everything out of that location. The field, yeah, the field doesn't need a road, but I think this needs to be powered for this symbol to go away. I'm certain the field does need a road because I've done it before. I also need to update my fleet management because water is pretty important. We do need to get another mining ship built. I thought I was building another mining ship. Did I not do that? I don't have polymer here. Ah. We can turn this on now, and we can get some polymer being delivered to this sector. Sector 2 requires 20 polymer. Sector 1 can sit at 80 polymer. This probably needs to be turned on to move people out. Sector 2 needs more housing. Starting to run out of room, but we can put another big building here. Build a road down here. This cryonics facility needs to be moved because it's not in a good position for more housing. If it was one further over, I could fit another house in here, but it's not. That gives me a problem. In fact, no, we still need more crew. How are we doing here? 186. I want to bring this back online. We need 30. We need 30 crew for that electronics factory, which is just nasty. Okay, the cargo ship is complete. So cargo ship, your job is to get colonists. No, it's not. Your job is to get water, but you can get colonists as a secondary for now. That's all you do. Your function is to collect water. Do we actually have any mined water? We do. Cool. Get water, bring it to the station. So we're waiting on getting back to 60 work. 60. Once we get to 64 workers, I'm going to turn on the fusion station. And that's our next step into getting this up and running. So we're here, we're at 192. We're actually getting pretty close. I've got 15 workers free. I could probably turn this on. Go to extra hours, that's fine. That'll start dealing with the silicon backlog we've got here. And is that everything? No, we need another 30 workers and I can stop. Where's the request in Sector 1? Okay, Administrator, despite its high protein content, insect-based food is still tainted by prejudicial feelings of disgust. Complaints about the food source are increasing. A diverse diet is a necessary ingredient for social peace. Pledge to construct a new food source within 30 cycles. Good job, I've already done that. It's just not online yet. How are things looking in the solar system as well? I thought so. Calypso needs to move to here. Okay, so we need another 30 workers here, and we are sorted for this sector. We can stop waking people up here and stop building houses here. We need a lot more workers in Sector 3, though. We're up to 655, so it's going to take a while. I could build another cryonics center, but that requires 15 workers, and that's like... I don't think it's enough to justify the bootstrapping. This house is almost built, which will house the people who are currently homeless here. We could look at... So hang on, we've got 280 people here. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So another 2 level 2 houses will house everybody, and I can delete some of these other houses. So let's do that. Let's clear this down. And clear this down. And then I can free up some more room in the sector. And done. Come on. We just had a meal cycle. People are struggling a little bit for food right now. We don't have enough food in this sector to feed everybody. We don't have enough food in this sector to feed. No, we have enough. Yeah, we're running low on food. Food is now our most primary concern, which is what I'm rushing towards as fast as possible. And we'll just get this other house built as well. And then we'll demolish this and these 2, and then I'll demolish this, build another house here, and that will free up more space around the sector. Let me check my maths is right. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Yeah, that's perfect. If we just build all of this as level 2 houses, I can demolish all of this. That could also mean we could potentially fit in another insect farm if we need to before the rest of the food is ready to go. But we have 5 cycles to fill up the food, and I think we'll be okay. Maybe for 1 or 2 more food rotations before our... We're up to almost 800 people on the station, which is a lot. Eat the space dust? I wish we could eat the space dust. That would make life a lot easier. How are we doing here? We're up to 63 workers. Another cycle, and I'll probably be able to bring the fusion reactor online. Hull integrity is now at a state where we're only actually needing to use 1 EVA, really, to keep it repaired, which is good. We're actually doing better off 2 EVA facilities than I thought we would. I thought we'd be desperate for a third to keep the hull integrity going, but we can probably hold off building a third one until we're in our next sector. Which is obviously going to massively increase the demand that we feel on... What's going on with our carbon? Why am I... So my polymer. Why am I not getting polymer being delivered to Sector 1? Because we've got too much in Sector 2. That's the problem. So in order to get this emptied, I need to power it up. We'll do that just to empty it.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Yeah, that's literally what's happening. People are getting becoming malnourished because of EU bugs. Okay, this should fix itself. There you go. That's the problem. I hadn't set it to minimum. Yeah, so the electronics and the polymers should get picked up from this facility and I can deconstruct it. And once that's done, I can bring the fusion reactor online. Are we looking okay here? Everyone's got food. Okay, everyone's got food now. Let's demolish another one of these. And then we can demolish... So let me check that again. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. So I need to build another one here. In fact, I can just demolish all of these. I have enough housing to do it. Destroying 4 construct buildings has only dehomed 9 people. And then that's done. I don't need to worry about Sector 1 ever again for housing. Fingers crossed. And also, we're going to have a lot of free workers soon once we start demolishing these infect farms. Bugs are pretty yuck, yeah. I don't know, I think you'd probably make something nice, like peanut, brittle grasshoppers or something. That might be quite nice. But in general, EU bugs. Okay, let's get these 2 houses. In fact, I can do them this way just to break up the way it looks a little bit. Just waiting for the last bit of alloy to be picked up from here. Which might take a little bit of while, actually. Yeah, they're doing the deliveries before they pick it up. That's fine. This ship is... Okay, we've got our first bit of ice has been delivered. Nothing's been picked up from here yet. Sector 3 really doesn't want to have any of these materials. Sector 1 needs them. Sector 2 needs them. Oh, we have an over amount. Let's say Sector 1 now needs max polymer. That should mean they pick it up. Algae is something I can research. I can build algae farms, but algae farms are in Tier 3 research, so I can't get them until I've researched everything in Tier 2. But algae farms will be our eventual goal. But for crop farms are our next step towards algae. Okay, they've moved that out. Now if I change this to electronics, I should pick the electronics up. Yes. And now I can demolish this. And now I should have the workers to turn on our fusion station. We're now about to top out on power. So our next goal is we need to build another solar panel, which is going to cost us 75 polymer, which I know we're not producing a lot of right now. So I need to make sure we've got ships picking up polymer. Okay, our new mining ship is here. It is going to prioritize polymer, then silicon, and it's also going to prioritize water. We also actually have no iron available to mine at the moment. Okay, let's... mushroom walls are what we use for that, Reno. We can build mushroom walls. We can also research mushroom walls, and they turn waste into food. But the prerequisites for them are actually really tough for me to deal with. There's some iron here, some iron here. Lots of silicon there. A little bit of iron here. Ooh, there's a lot of iron here. Yes, this is our next iron deposit. We don't need to worry too much about our ships flying in this. Yeah, you'd think Algae Tech would be a Tier 0 tech. I agree with you. But it's, for some reason, insects is the Tier 0 tech, crops are the Tier 2 tech, and algae is the Tier 3 tech. And there's no Tier 1. Well, actually, insects is Tier 0 is no food. Tier 1 is insects. Tier 2... Oh, we've got a damaged thing here. Okay, so water's now online. The next thing we need to bring online is the ice stockpile, because we can't actually produce anything. I'm just going to bring that on now. And then after that, our next thing is bringing this online. So to bring this online right now, I need 8 workers. So I think once we're back to optimal, I'm going to bring this online and we'll start producing food in this sector. And what we need to do then is change this so that it always has a minimum amount of food. And that we'll start exporting food from Sector 3 to the other sectors. And now we have a new resource window down here for water. Yeah, Tier 0, well, Tier 0 is the companies providing food to the station, which is how you start out, they're delivering food. We're still at extra hours here, which is taking a long time to recover from, but I did turn a lot of stuff on here. And we're just waiting on more polymer to be produced to finish the solar panel before I can actually... Hang on, nothing's in construction that's going to take us over the top of power, right? No, we're okay. In fact, I could demolish this, free up a tiny bit of power. So we're just waiting on polymer production. And algae's easy to grow as well. But no, we're deciding to build crops in a metal station first. Because this is literally a field of crops that we're going to build here. In fact, wow, let's build it this way. As soon as the building is powered, I'll be able to build this.
A probe has completed its scan.
Okay, we now have iron available. Where is our mining ship? He's here mining carbon. But as soon as he finishes that... Where's Thor? Thor is standing by at the Tycoon. But Thor, there is iron here. Go and mine the iron. There's 254 iron available for mining. Let's find some more iron deposits. Oh, so I just noticed the time. I am going to have to end the stream pretty soon. Oh, wow, there's a big iron deposit here. Yes. So I meant to stop at 2 hours. I'll probably keep going until 1:15. See if we can get this up and running for the start of the next stream. Which I'm going to hopefully do next week. So we're building up water here. We're bringing ice in. Our big problem right now is just crew. Why are we neutral here? We need to get a... At some point I need to get an alternate life... Whoa. I need to get an alternate life center online in this sector. Okay, nobody's... Yeah, this sector is like in perfect equilibrium right now. For housing and workers, which is perfect. As long as I don't build anything else. Although I do need to start building batteries. How do you think we're canonically handling corpses? I think they're getting probably flushed into space right now. Once we get DLS centers, you'll start to see other options that we have for that. We lost 1 crew member. How many crew members have we lost total so far in the mission? 15 crew members have died. That's getting a little bit too many, to be completely honest. When I did a test stream of this, for some reason there was a bug, and I lost like 40 crew members in the first system. It was crazy, but they did fix that in an update. Okay, everyone can eat right now in a meal cycle, which is good. We'll have to wait for the solar panels to be built before we can bring that online. So really what we're waiting on is we're waiting on the polymer refinery to build more polymers. That's our main roadblock right now. Let's fast forward a little bit. Also, I just realized our science ship has probably been waiting here for ages. No, it's still... Oh, it's here right now. I'm just going to fast forward until it gets here. Nothing's really happening right now.
A probe has completed its scan.
We are mining the iron, right? Yes, we are. Cool.
A science ship has arrived at its
Okay.
destination.
Set up a temporary study center requires a cargo ship flying through bad weather carrying alloys. Same with this. So I think I'm just going to do intrusive analysis to get some science. Detonating strategically placed explosive charges will provide samples for collection with minimal effort. Although not subtle, Eclipse's crew can set up and execute this quickly. We've reached the core of Chevy 34. Metallic and prismatic formations rise from the surface, reaching impressive heights. They disappear into the gaseous atmosphere. Some are surrounded and spanned by geometric rock clusters accumulated during the slow growth process of the formations. They shear the winds that sweep through the core. I'm just going to blow it up because I don't want to send a cargo ship through the gas here. That will kill it. We've already lost a mining ship to it. Okay, how are things looking here? We're almost there with polymers. Crew up here is still at extra hours, but getting there. We can at least start to get this under construction. No, we can't. We can't because of the power. It's all about this solar panel, which we are 10 polymer off. So we're just waiting for 2 more cycles. This produces 5 every cycle. Yeah, 5 per cycle. So we're almost there. That's going to be the end game. When we get this online, that's when I end the stream. Ooh. we'll see what's going on here. Hopefully we haven't lost too much of the wrong crew. 0.2. Speed up a little bit. 0.1. And done. Analysis samples for the core. Allow our team to draw new conclusions about the ratio of information and metallic elements. Got 30 science. That is fine. While preparing to depart 34, the Eclipse's captain received an alert from a crew member saying they had spotted a gigantic molluscoid near their position. Investigate the report. Is there giant muscles on Chevy 34, or is it more suspicious activity from the not crew? Okay, Sector 2 now needs more housing. That's awkward. I probably should have put a road in before I built that one. That's really annoying. We fix that later. And I think we need more housing in Sector 3 as well, which we can get ongoing. No, hang on a second. We've got enough electricity for one house, not two. But the solar panel is under construction. No, it's not. It's 4 off. Let's just make sure this is unpowered when it gets built, just to be safe. And I'll do the same thing here. I don't want an accident to happen and then we have another brownout and people get angry with me. Okay, we're almost there. Just need some more power. Four more polymer.
The science ship team has completed a task.
Upon nearing the location, it appears that what the crew member had actually observed was an unusually shaped geological formation. Cool. Great work, team. I'm really glad that you body doubled the original crew and then did a bunch of weird things. Come on, polymers. I just noticed that we have no iron stockpiles either, so we need to be very careful about for the future construction at this point. That golden age of alloy I spoke about is now ended. But we have more iron being produced. We're going to have to move the Tycoon over this way soon to get at these iron deposits. You can see the sort of edge of the weather patterns. We can maybe park it around Fargo 39 potentially, or Valiant 71. But it's close enough here. We've also mined, if you think about it, we've mined all of this completely, we've mined all of this completely, which is pretty crazy. Do we have anyone actually set to mine water? Yeah, we do. Zealot is currently moving. I'd like you to prioritize water, Zealot. Swamp gas illusions again. There's a lot of swamp gas, isn't there? Fusion station is literally making it rain. Producing a lot of water right now, which I'm quite happy to build a stockpile of water up while we're getting ready to turn on the crop farms. Okay, the solar panel is now under construction. So we are adding another huge solar panel to the edge of the space station. What I quite like is you can see our EVA modules here. You guys also see, it might not come across as well in the stream, but you can see the trails of our EVA people moving around and repairing the hull. And if I spin around to the back side of the station, you can see our docking bays and our probe launcher as well, which is pretty cool. What was that notification? DL centers have been unlocked. Excellent. Let's get colonization training centers unlocked next. Where was there an accident here? So I want to get a DLS center in all of my sectors, but they're quite expensive. Unlocks the ability to apply policies within a sector, temporarily addressing ongoing crises and track sector specializations. They're quite big. I could maybe have fitted one in here if I'd redone how things were laid out. But what I can probably do is once I can remove this farm, I can put it here, or I can put it here maybe. And then it's going to be easier to fit into Sector 2. It's going to be very easy to fit into Sector 3 when we're ready for it. All we're waiting on right now is power. Hurry up and finish that solar panel, please. How are we doing for science? They've collected all the science. So I can't... Oh, I could actually just do that in one go. That's good. Get them out of there. We're just waiting on the solar panel. It takes quite a while to build them once they get this big. Because food is looking a little bit concerning for me right now. Okay, solar panel is constructed. I can now turn on this when it's done, turn on this when it's done, and most importantly, turn on this. And now we can start building, once we've got the alloy for it, crop farms. And that is a very good point to finish up for today. We've opened Sector 3, we've got crop farms ready to go, we've almost finished exploring this whole system. We've gotten over like the hump for the system. The rest of this is going to be finding the Protagonis and moving on to the next bit of the story. But I'm literally dying of sweat because it's so hot in Australia right now that I can't continue to go. I'm so exhausted. I hope you've had fun with Ixion. I know we didn't get a ton of story done, but we did have the weird situation with the doppelganger crew, and I think that's a pretty interesting one to ponder for our next stream. I'm going to try and see if I can get in the stream going before New Year. I know it's a very busy time of year, so if you can't make it, that's okay. I know I'm behind on Phantom Brigade, but I'm going to try and get an episode of that out on the Christmas weekend. And of course, my major goal right now is to get High Fleet Season 3 ready to go. I've got one more stream to timestamp, and then we're ready to do the voting. I'll try and get all the voting done in one go, and we can get that started as well. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. If you tuned in and like catching the VOD later, that's cool too. Thank you so much. This will probably be the last time I do anything before Christmas, so to those of you that celebrate it, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. To those of you that don't, I hope you have a really good festive season. I wish you all the best. Have a great new year as well, if that's what you're celebrating. If not, just have a really good time. I hope you have a chill, happy time. After that very awkward outro, I think I better head off. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next stream or video. For now though, I hope you have a really great, just whatever it is you're celebrating, if you're celebrating anything. If not, have a great weekend. Ciao for now. See you later.